I am at the argo here today. Wasn't planning on this at all. I have one axle that snapped off. It's right down in here. He just broke off, my own fault. There was ice buildup down in here. Didn't realize it. Usually leaves the plugs and stuff out. And being stupid, never checked it. And I ended up leaving the plugs in. Didn't realize it. There was water and stuff got into it. Filled up full of ice, froze, and bango, snapped off the axle. So after trying to track down the parts and stuff, got them, brought it home. Figured it was going to be a pretty quick fix. Turns out no. Now I'm into this. All axles, well, not actually axles, but bearings, all the bearings on both sides now I've got to do. Once I got the tracks and stuff off, and I said, well, why not check them? I got it off, and they were all gone. The guy that had this before me, I guess, didn't keep up on the maintenance very well. Now I'm into a state. This axle right here, this one here, is I don't know what the hell is going on with them. The rest of them come out kind of easy. Wasn't too bad, but this one back here, he doesn't want to move. I might end up actually having to cut this axle off to get it out. I don't know why he's not moving. I don't know if it's the outer bearing or the inner bearing, but he doesn't want to move. This one up here, I haven't tried him yet, but hopefully he comes pretty good. These ones up here in the front, these were crazy to get at. Way down inside there for nothing to fit into. Even worse on that side, because there was that bilge pump that was hooked on. I don't know if we can see it. I'll come over. Now there's no way in the world to get at it from down in here unless you scrap all this off, get all that gone. Same thing on that side, get that gone. You might be able to get at them better, but I'm not going at that. Too much work. But way down inside there, right down, way in there, that's where you got to try to crawl into. This thing, bilge pump, was hooked onto the a bolt for the bearing carrier. It was a long bolt, you know, yay long or whatever, that went through. It was nutted and bolted on both sides. Boy, oh boy, I'd like to get my hands on the fellow who had done that. I'd say it was a good hour just trying to get that off. But anyway, gonna get back at her. It's really hard to film. I was gonna film this yesterday, me taking them off and stuff, but as you can tell by the tools, they were clean. It's a messy job. Alright, I'll update it anyway. So there's a bolt out right here that's got to come loose. The easiest way to do it is just kind of get this in here. Have a long bar. Just giving a twist on the outside. You can just spin your axle, get them to come out. So leave that like that for now. There's two set screws on these sprockets here. It's got to come out. This is going to be the same thing for every axle. Only difference is the front ones are extremely hard to get at. It's just little set screws. Should come right out. Joys of working on an argo. outside here that's got to come loose. See, this here, this is telling me that the bearing is completely gone. It all just comes apart there, just like that, and hopefully that's just gonna pull right on through. Let's see here now. This one doesn't want to move either. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Starting to bend the shaft bolt. Well, he's got to come somehow. Fucking argos. Got Tammy doing some cleanup here now, some parts cleanup. That's what we're looking for on those sprockets, Tammy. So about, you want to look at the top of the sprockets. If they're wearing thin, like see how this got a groove to it.
Yep.
So if that was wore really thin and it came to a sharp kind of point on the top,
yep,
that means they're gone. They usually got a, see how they're kind of flat on the tops.
Yep.
Well, that's what you're looking for.
Oh, so far so good.
So we got lots of cleanup ahead of us. It's coming though. Here's the shafts. Still got to get the bearings off the shafts. That's going to be a gross job. Some of these just, this was what was actually sitting in the argo. There was no bearing at all. It's just sitting on the collar. Buy an argo, they said. It'll be fun. One of the problems that we ran into is there's a porthole in this bearing for grease to come through. And he's only on one side of the bearing. It's an aftermarket bearing. But on the original bearings there's some here and there's some on this side. It's a double groove. This one only got the one groove, so I got the bearing turned around. We're gonna see if he works. Don't know. Hopefully.
Hold on. Yep. You lined it with a bearing, yep. Pushing in. No bearing brought up.
How far was he? Jeez, he's a good ways.
Yep. Hold on. Yep, you lined up with a bearing. Oh, wait, no. He's in there.
All the way.
Yep. Did you need them taken, all of them taken right out?
You can leave one in. Just needs to be able to see down through there. Okay.
Okay.
Goes back in. So we got the middle ones just about done here. We'll do this one right here now. So pretty well all this is just this outer coupler, we'll call it. The grease circ. Make sure your grease circ is lined up with the hole in the bearing. If not, you're not going to get any grease inside. What I had to do over here, I had to actually put these bearings on the opposite way because they're aftermarket bearings, so the grease circ didn't line up with the, there's like a groove that goes through the bearing, and it didn't line up. It was on the opposite side, which actually clogged off the hole for the grease to get in. So I put them out this way, which doesn't really line up with the holes for the set screws, but seems to be good and tight. It shouldn't move anywhere anyway. Should be okay. Another big screw up that we just done and we had to fix. The sprockets here. We ended up putting the double roller chain right here. We ended up putting those back here, didn't realize. There's 2 single sprockets comes to the back. Double rollers goes to the center. Comes in here. This one here, double roller on the inside, single on the outside. Or sorry, opposite. Single on the inside, double on the outside. And there's going to be 2 more doubles down in this shaft when we get at it down here. Yeah, it's a pain in the fucking ass. So here we are on day 495 of trying to fix a fucking argo. I've grown a beard. I've aged 25 years. And I'm going to show you something that's probably going to save you a little bit of trouble if you ever go at it. So this little fucking hole right here is the only hole in the bearing that's got to line up with the grease circ. So let's see if I can get this. So this hole, wrong way. Can you hold this?
Yep.
So this hole has got to go there. Let's see if you can see that. That's got to go there and stay there. Now, trying to get that to stay there, when you put this thing on, and then you got to turn this up and try to put it into the argo. It doesn't want to stay there. Here's what we're going to do to fix all that.
Gotta make sure it all greases after though.
Tape sticks better.
Yep.
Now you can take that, you can move it around, do whatever. It's not really going to come apart because every time you go to move this, the housing spins on the bearing. If that's not lined up in that hole, well, you just done your bearings for no reason. They're not going to last. So we shall see. How you make it out?
Not very good. This is what you don't work on.
How does it make you feel though?
Oh, you don't want to know what it makes me feel.
Yep. Joys.
The ratchet, sorry.
I can't touch it. Just put it up. Just put it up behind you.
I can't really see what I'm doing.
Nope. Well, this is why we didn't bother to try to film doing the doing the front ones. You can't see nothing anyway. But hey, she got this, man. She's smaller than me. Have fun. Just wanted to show you a little trick that we does now to get these tracks on. I don't know how good you're gonna see it. We got these eye bolts put in. Just hooked down through the bottom there. Just got a big washer onto it. And a ratchet strap. Just kind of brings everything together for you. Once you get this lined up, you just got to kind of tap it through. It kind of goes pretty good. if you can get it right. One of the big tricks to it is take all the air out of the tires and we had her jacked up, but we had to take some pressure off the jack, get her to come down, take a bit of slack out of the track for us. Anyway, I'm going to see how this goes now. What's wrong with this one? Stand by. Head was a little swole up on this where I had to tap it out. Wasn't fitting true right. When this is going through, you just want to put a little bit of, you can see it coming through down here, so you just want to bend it that way, bend it this way, whatever's going to make it go through. You don't want to hit on these too hard, because what'll happen is you'll if you're not lined up with this hole, you're gonna bend these little tabs and they're gonna break off. Just want to tap it in there. Go. That's all it is. Just a big washer, nut, 5-bolt, make your life a hell of a lot easier. This little cotter pin goes on the inside, and see right here, goes in through there. Just make sure this doesn't come out, but chances are they don't anyway.